Hi, I'm Dr. Brooke Burnson with Hearing Solution Centers, and today we're gonna talk just a little bit about deaf culture from the perspective of an audiologist. Coming up. So hi, again, I'm Dr. Brooke, and like I said, today we're going to just discuss deaf culture. So I have a little bit of experience. I graduated with an emphasis in deafness and hard of hearing, and when I moved here, I got a second degree in interpreting in American Sign Language from Tulsa Community College. So I have worked a little bit here in the Tulsa area and also back home in Wichita. So, first, how do we define deaf? So the easiest way to explain that is, if your average hearing level is 90 dB, and dB just means decibel, that's how we measure sound. So your hearing average level 90 dB and above, that's defined as deaf. Or another name is profound hearing loss. Now, below 90 dB, hard of hearing. So hard of hearing people, there's more of a range that they have compared to deaf. So again, easiest way, above 90 dB, deaf, below, hard of hearing. So, secondly, what does it mean to be deaf? Well, that varies from person to person. It kind of depends on a number of things. So, how are they deaf? When did they become deaf? Were they born deaf? Did they become sick? Maybe age? What's the level of hearing that they have? And yes, people who are deaf can hear. It may hear the sound of a dog bark or maybe a drum. How do they communicate? Again, at what age did it happen? Were they young kids or, older adults? There are kind of two ways that we can describe deaf. The first is big D, D-E-A-F, deaf. And then we have little d deaf. So the difference between them is, big D are more people who were born deaf. They have a shared language and culture and community. They identify as deaf. Now, little d deaf, not always born deaf. They're the older adults who may be from, working in an area with, really just loud sounds. It damaged their hearing. maybe they became sick and now, their hearing is gone. So the same level of hearing, but this group here, they don't identify as deaf. They connect more with the hearing world. And why is that? Because, they don't sign, they don't have the same kind of history or beliefs. They didn't grow up, in the community here. So a little different. And, some people don't feel like they connect with this group or with the hearing world. They're kind of just stuck, in the middle of the two. So, and finally, what does communication look like? Well, here we may have ASL, so American Sign Language. Now, yes, I am signing right now, but I'm not using ASL. And again, why? It's because I'm using English word order. So ASL is not English. It has its own structure and it's set up more like the French language. So not English. What I'm doing is more called Pigeon Signed English. PSE is a mix of both ASL and English. It kind of connects both languages. So that's, more what I'm doing right now. We also have signing exact English. Now, C, that was used to try and help kids in school with reading and writing in English. So for C, everything I say, I can sign to you. There's more with that. It's not as fast as ASL. So, but it was used to help kids in school. We also have some people who learned oral English language in school. So another way that people communicate, because not everyone who's deaf signs. Remember, we have the little d group. They didn't learn ASL and they, probably never will. So they have maybe done surgery for a cochlear implant, or they wear hearing aids. And both, big D, little d, they both may, sign and wear a hearing aid, and that's fine. So, just remember that each person you meet is unique and they want you to just show them respect. Okay? So I hope that this kind of helped you learn just a little bit about deaf culture, maybe a little deaf community information. If you like this video, please click the like button down below and subscribe. Thank you.